and then they'll freeze it. I feel the need to. Were you pointing to?
I'll look that way.
And then we'll add something about
tank tops.
Tank tops and pointing.
The tank top twins went on to be successful.
The tank top twins went on to be the most famous pointers.
I had a scary situation.
They even had a reality show about it.
I had a scary situation recently. I don't know if it's been established before on this program, but I've never been in a wreck. I have.
Yes, you have.
I've been in a single car spin out, like a tire went up under the car.
What about that time that we went in the ditch?
I wasn't driving.
Oh, yeah. You've been in my car when I've had a wreck.
Yeah. But I've never been in control of a vehicle that ran into another vehicle. That's never happened, okay?
Okay.
That got, my streak got very, very close to coming to an end the other day. We were...
and you experienced fear.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Today in Good Mythical Morning, we are sharing our deepest fears. This is Rhett. It involves traffic.
He's kind of being sensational. It's not my deepest fear. But I was very scared, and I guarantee you, if someone could smell fear in the pits, they would have smelled it in my pits at this point.
Or in your pants. How bad was it? What happened?
No, nothing happened in the pants. I was on the 5.
We probably should have been smelling our pants.
I did not do anything in my pants. Did you crap your pants when Chase came out?
Yeah, I don't know, it's like...
You got tomatoes in your mouth,
When the tomato went in my mouth.
Did you spit it out?
I was like, da-da.
Da-da. Okay, well...
Set the scene, right?
I was on the 5. Really? You're not gonna interrupt? I was on the 5.
And that's the interstate.
And going along as we do, very fast.
Who's we?
The people in the cars.
Oh.
In California, I don't know if you know this, but here's a little picture as to what it's like to live in Los Angeles. I was driving my car the other day, previous story. I don't drive a lot because we carpool together quite a bit, and I've only had this car for about a year. But as I was going down the interstate, you're itching a lot over there. Are you allergic to something? I'm worried about you.
I'm trying not to interrupt.
Just settle in a little bit. I realized I have no idea where the cruise control button is on my car. I spent 15 minutes while driving.
On the Pilot or
on the FJ Cruiser.
Okay.
No idea where it's at. And then I realized I've never used it. You don't, in North Carolina, you're always on cruise control. Like every single road you get on, cruise control, interstate, cruise control. In California, you never use cruise control. At least in Los Angeles, you don't, because you can't get up enough speed to use control.
And the speed is dictated by the traffic, which is in front of you.
The speed is dictated by the traffic.
Right.
No matter how far you're going.
Or how fast the traffic's going.
Or how fast.
Sometimes I'll go 90.
90. Case in point, I was an hour away from home, down south of here, for a dive meet for my son, and I'm flying along. I don't even know. In fact, I have the steering wheel set up so that it covers how fast I'm going. Like I have the steering wheel purposely set so I can't even see the speedometer part.
Well, that's not why you have it there. You have it there because that's where it's most comfortable.
But incidentally, I can't see how fast I'm going. But it doesn't matter.
Right.
You just go the speed of the car in front of you.
Right.
I assume we were going 80.
Okay.
And you know how you're going along on the interstate and it's pretty much free flowing, but there's a lot of cars?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, somebody stops ahead of you. The person ahead of me slammed on brakes. It wasn't like, oh, the traffic's slowing down. It was like, eek! And they veered off and missed the car in front of them. And there's multiple things happening up there. All I had time to do was completely slam on the brakes. I've never been going 80 miles per hour and literally slammed on the brakes all the way to the floor.
Wow. And this was in the FJ?
No, this was in the Pilot.
Oh, okay. And
my whole family's in the car. And I'm quickly approaching the car in front of me. And I realize that I'm not skidding because the anti-lock brakes have been activated, meaning I'm slowing down very quickly, but I'm not losing any traction.
Not skidding.
And I'm coming right to the back of this van
that the car in front of you missed.
And then I'm in the left-hand lane. I'm in the HOV lane. And then there's the car in the lane, and then there's the side shoulder or whatever, and then there's the barrier. I'm coming at this guy, and I'm like, I'm going to hit him. Jessie closed her eyes. She told me after, I closed my eyes and went like this, bracing for impact. So that's what she does.
She just put her ball to her fist up.
And because the anti-lock brakes were on, I was able to still steer, and I steered, and I was like, I'm gonna try to shoot in between this guy. So instead of hitting
him and who?
The wall.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm either gonna ram this guy in the back, or I'm just gonna slide in between him and the guardrail.
You're gonna wedge.
And I missed him, and I went like halfway up the length of his car, and it was like this much on either side. And I was actually going like this, like
squeezing in.
And then realized no contact.
But you came to a complete stop?
No, I didn't even come to a complete stop, because as I came to a stop, I was coming to a stop, he was coming to a stop, and then he like rolled because because it was something. No one knows what happened.
Nothing happened.
It's one of those weird things where like somebody slows down and then somebody forgets to slow down.
Did you make eye contact with the guy?
No, I never got all the way up to him. I got to the back door, like the side door, and then we just pulled back in. And
was anybody in the back seat that you were looking at?
The sun, I couldn't see, but I got back into the lane, and it was just continued on. And after something like that happens, you're kind of like
adrenaline.
Like, is the car okay? Can it brake that hard? Did I hurt the car?
What did the kids say?
We just began talking about what had just happened. Like, Locke was like, I knew we were going to hit that car. And Jesse was like, I was going like this. I don't remember what Shepard said. But my adrenaline was pumping.
Yeah, there's been many a times, as you know, that I've almost hit.
You mean every time I get in the car with you?
People.
Link has almost hit a pedestrian.
Twice today.
Maybe 7 times in the past month.
On the way in, I almost hit a guy. I'm not joking.
When you're by yourself, who tells you that the pedestrians are there? Because it's always me when I'm driving with you.
The pedestrians. I had a guy on a bike that almost slam his hand down on the top of the car. Or was that Christy? Was that her story or my story? It all runs together when you're one flesh.
Wow.
Do you get that feeling like if I'm driving and I have to slam on my brakes or something happens?
Adrenaline.
No, but like I feel like
tingling.
My legs are almost like numb.
Yes, it is a shot of adrenaline. It doesn't go to my legs, it goes to my hands, because my hands are where all the vehicle control is. I've noticed this many times. Again, every single time I almost hit a pedestrian, all the energy in my body is transferred to my hands, and I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. I love it. That's reveals,
your problem.
Right. I'm addicted to almost hitting people. It's like that dream that I told you about. I joked about hitting the Google employee going to the Oscars.
But that was in jest.
It was in jest. Maybe I have a problem.
I think you just forget that you're driving.
Well, when someone else is in the car, I just loosen up. Because you can point out that pedestrian.
Well, no, I think it's that when someone's in the car, you're having a conversation with them.
And I'm distracted.
And when you're having a conversation with them, you can't also drive.
My worst fear is hitting a pedestrian. That's a pretty bad thing to happen. I mean, you feel horrible. I mean, you've hit them and they're laying there, and what do? You have to call.
I saw a guy who was riding his bike on a sidewalk, and someone was turning left. And it's not the driver's fault, but he was fine. But I got there like after it happened, and the person who hit him like felt terrible.
Was he still laying on the road?
Yeah.
Was he okay?
You're not supposed to move. Yeah, he seemed like he was gonna be fine. Like he basically ran into her, but it was like, what do you do as the driver in that situation?
My worst fear is I got lots of fears. I mean,
lots of fears, man.
I was afraid that you guys are going to spring some sort of animal. And when the frosted mini wheats were in the bowl, and before I took my thing off, I smelled them, and I thought it was an animal.
Yeah, those frosted mini wheats.
I thought I smelled like a furry animal, and I was afraid it was going to be a scary animal, like a trained dog that was like trained to be quiet.
A scary furry animal that fits in a bowl.
I did not smell Chase, but I did smell the frosted mini wheats.
I can't wait to see what that Chase thing.
But I'm afraid of the dark. Everyone was asleep at my house, so I tried to go into my bedroom the other night and get in bed without turning any lights on to wake up Christy. and I had to put. Chrissy's like hot-natured, so she doesn't like to put a lot of covers on her side of the bed, and it's only a double bed.
I've seen it.
So I take like a throw, and I put a throw over all the covers that we use collectively just on my side of the bed. But I was trying to find the throw, and I was holding it up, and it was white, and it kind of reminded me of a ghost.
You scared yourself in the same room with your wife?
I scared myself by holding up a throw that looked like a ghost. But it wasn't like, I was like, oh, I'm afraid, but this is irrational. I had to talk myself, okay, it's fine. And I honestly reverted back to childhood. It was like, I had to take my pants off. I had on these like pajama pants. I know I'm giving a lot of details here, but I was like, if I can just get these pants off, and they were tight around the ankle, and I had a tough time getting them over my foot, and I was like, what?
If you could get the pants off, what happens? The ghost goes away?
If I could just, this is what I thought, if I can just get these pants off and get into bed, everything will be okay.
But what is wrong though? What is not okay already?
The ghost. The ghost.
Now I'll be honest with you.
Nartu-40.
When I'm home alone, like if my family's out of town and I'm completely home alone, like late at night, like walking into the bedroom, like I'll have some things. I'll have some like thoughts like, I'm kind of scared right now. Like, what if ghosts are real?
It's like we revert back to like being 8 or 7.
But hey, I'm by myself though.
It's healthy because it gets you
You're
ready.
in the room with another adult.
Like
you're next to the bed and you're scared of a sheet that you're holding in front of your face. You need help, man. You need help. There was never a point in my life that I would be scared in a room with somebody else.
Who's there with that sheet? Oh, it's me. It's like,
I just get my pants off. Everything will be okay.
yeah, I never feel safe when wearing pants.
Wow.
I mean, guys, come on. I trust you with this stuff. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, good.